Right. Stephen Browning.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This last weekend we heard, or just ahead of the weekend, we heard that there was a new antibiotic-resistant form of Campylobacter through at least 3 of the 4 main poultry suppliers in the North Island. The Green Party says that the government needs to investigate the links between that antibiotic resistance and the rampant herbicide use in New Zealand and also in the imported feed to that poultry and to other feedstocks. Glyphosate, the active ingredient in Roundup and a number of other glyphosate-based herbicides, it's commonly sprayed on genetically engineered soy crops internationally, and that is the vast volume of soy that is brought in to New Zealand animal feedstocks. There's 250,000 tonnes of soy imported in 2014, nearly double that from 2010. And we've been battling Campylobacter right through that time. Professor Jack Heinemann of Canterbury University and an international group not so long ago came out with a research result that showed over 3 different herbicides and a range of different antibiotics, levels of resistance or amplification in effectiveness of the antibiotics, depending what, but showing that there was a connection and a change in antibiotic effectiveness from herbicides. And we are soaking in herbicides in this country. And our food chain is soaking in herbicides in this country. And chicken would have to be one of the worst. I remember back a few years ago when Ingham's were busy advertising their chicken as containing no GMOs and no added synthetic additives, etc. And we showed through the Commerce Commission that they were totally out of order, because at that stage at least 15% of their feedstock was genetically engineered soy, and it will have risen since then. And so have all the other feed producers carrying on using this sort of product. The EPA here has approved 60 substances containing glyphosate under HASNO, and MPI with the ACVM, the Agricultural Chemical Veterinary Medicines Group, has active registrations for 89 glyphosate products. We know that glyphosate is affecting the gut microbes in chicken, in other livestock, and yet we've got this major risk to our health, our consumers' health, and actually to our export markets. We know how critically important it is when there's something going wrong in the dairy industry and something is that affects our markets. We know that when there was a risk, we thought there might have been a risk of botulinum, how serious the ripples went out in our exports. Yet botulinum is a likely problem because of our increased use of glyphosate and others, because of the suppression on beneficial microbes in the guts of both our ruminants and, of course, in our chickens. Glyphosate, as I wrap up, probably causes cancer. It's genotoxic at sublethal concentrations as a hormone disruptor. It is a reproductive negative. It contributes to digestive illness, gut disruption and nutrient deficiencies. We need this government to look at this seriously and not go head in the sand around how we're treating agriculture. There is another option. We must take it. Let's look to organics and seriously agroecological systems of farming, moving away
Members'
from
time has
pesticides.
expired.